Caleb from Rokblokz. Today in the shop we have this 2024 Crosstrek. We've got a new set of mud flaps for it, and we're going to show you how to install them. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Here we have the tools laid out that you'll need for install. You'll need a insert puller or flathead. You'll need a Phillips head drive. You'll need an 8mm socket. You'll need a 1/4 inch drill bit with drill and a level. Here we have the front laid out. What you'll get in your kit is your flap for that corner and then the hardware. We'll go ahead and put a breakdown of that hardware on the screen right now. Now let's head over to the vehicle and begin installing. Here we are at the front fender. We went ahead and got the car up on the lift. If you're doing this on the ground, you can just go ahead and turn your front wheels. That should give you adequate room to remove and work inside the wheel well here. To begin, the car that we're working with today came with the factory splash guard option. We're going to remove those simply by removing the insert here, the insert on the bottom. Now we're going to go ahead and remove this bottom insert. It has a Phillips head drive and it's just a plastic insert. You'll need to gently unscrew it because if you have too much inward pressure, these plastic ones like to stay in. So gently unscrew it. We've already pre-unscrewed ours. You get it out about that far and then it will just pull out. And then also these two screws here. We'll remove this one and our two screws. And we can go ahead and set that to the side. Now with the factory splash guard removed, you'll notice that they drilled a hole in the liner here. We'll be using that hole, and if you didn't have a factory splash guard, we'll show you when to drill that. But for now, we're going to go ahead, we're going to lift our liner away, and we're going to remove the clips here, and replace those with the red nylon clips that come in your kit. Then we'll go ahead, tuck our liner back into place. If you're going to install with the factory splash guard, now would be when you go ahead and mount that back up, and then you can secure it on the bottom with that factory plastic insert. Now with those clips in place and the liner returned, we're going to grab an 1¼ inch screw, an 1¼ inch washer, put that through our flap. On the back side, we're going to place a 5mm spacer, and we're going to go into this bottom hole right here. That started by hand, and we're going to repeat that same process for the upper hole. Screw with washer and putting our spacer on the back side, going into that insert. Now we're going to go ahead and get that snug down and in position, and that's going to set us up to drill that inner hole. With those screws snug, we're going to go ahead and set our flap into position, checking the bottom with a level. Get that set to where we want. And now would be the time for you to drill. We're just going to take our 1/4 inch drill bit and we're going to drill right through the slot here into the liner. Ours was already drilled from the factory splash guards. So now we're going to go ahead, take our large insert, go behind the flap and push that into the liner right there. Now for the final mounting point, we can take our 1 inch number 14 screw, 1¼ inch washer, and we're going to screw right into that insert. We'll get that snug. Now we can do our final check to make sure it's in the final position that we want it. With that in the final position, we're going to go ahead, fully tighten all those down. With those fully secured, that's how you complete the front. You can repeat these same steps on the other side. Now let's go ahead and jump to the rear. Here we have the rear laid out. What you'll get in your kit is your flap for that corner and then the hardware. We'll go ahead and put a breakdown of that hardware on the screen right now. Before we head over to the vehicle, you'll notice that your flap has an etched line. That is for those who are installing with the factory splash guards. If you're installing without the factory splash guards, you can leave it. If you are installing with the factory splash guards, you will go ahead and cut that off just by tracing that line. Now, let's head over to the vehicle and begin installing. Here we are at the rear of the vehicle. We're going to begin by removing the factory splash guard. To do so, it's the two OEM 8mm screws, the insert here and the insert on bottom. To remove this bottom insert, you'll take your flathead or insert puller, you can get in between it, pop that loose, grab it by the head, and pull that out. Now that we've got that insert removed from the bottom, we're going to go ahead and remove the insert here just by taking our flathead, popping it. We've popped ours loose, and then your 8mm socket will loosen both of these. Now we're going to go ahead and set that to the side. With the splash guard removed, we're going to go ahead and remove these clips here. These should only be here if you have the factory splash guards. Then you'll notice you have two mount points here. They should be pre-drilled on your car. If not, you'll locate the dimples and drill those. Then we're going to go ahead and put our clips onto the panel right here just by wiggling them in. You may have to push the liner back just a little bit. And then they're going to slide into position over that panel, like so. And then we'll take our third one and we're going to slide it on the metal panel right back here. To insert this clip, we're just going to go ahead and slide it onto the metal right there. And that's in position. With all our clips in place, now would be a good time to mount that factory splash guard if you have it. And then we'll also take that factory insert and reinsert it into the bottom there. Now we're good to begin mounting our flap. To mount our flap, we're going to take our 1 1/4" screws with washers and we're going to secure it at all 3 points. Go ahead, get that started. Now with those snugged up, we can go ahead and adjust our flap in and out, getting into a position. We're going to go ahead, check the bottom with a level, setting it to where we want it. Once we get it to where we like, now we can go ahead and fully tighten these down. For this last screw, if you hold some inward pressure on the inside of the flap here, it will help it conform to the liner much better. And now that's fully tightened down. That's how you complete the rear install. You can repeat these same steps on the other side. Thanks for watching.
Once I was living for the passion, now it's all missing without you. My life is flashing now, only seconds remain. My life is flashing now, only seconds remain. Yeah, I'm speeding 94, drunk driving, losing all intention, falling. Once I was living for the passion, now it's all missing without you.